Look, I've not done yet. You might just as well go and read the paper.
Oh, I'm quite happy, thank you, Una.
It's rude to stare at folk when they're eating.
Well, I want to see if you clean the plate.
What for?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm off after the leave-ins.
Why don't you sit up and beg while you're at it?
Oh, it's not for me, and it's not for Bobby neither. Only, you see, I'm going out on the streets this morning to feed all the stray pussies.
Oh, you're up to your do-gooder tricks again. You make me breakfast one morning, pinch it off with the next, is that it?
Well, I've got some bacon scraps from Bernard and some fish skins from Mr. Turpin.
You know, I wondered where the smell was coming from.
Well, lots of people leave their breakfasts.
With you stood there, it's no wonder.
I think I'd better take Bobby and let all the other pussies tag on behind.
The Pied Piper of Coronation Street.
Yes, Una. I think that bacon's cold now.
Oh, well, that's another one down the drain.
Another what?
December 31st.
Oh, yeah, another year, you mean. It isn't, though. A year's never done with, is it, Stan?
It is. Goodbye, good riddance. New year, new leaf.
Oh, why do you mean that, Chuck?
New leaf, I said. New leaf, I mean.
Oh, Stan, our Irma will be pleased. You see, she thinks, and she has got a point, love, that you'd feel better if you had a job. So, she's gone out and got you one.
What sort of a job?
Oh, well, I don't exactly know as yet, but she's put herself out over it, Chuck. She's gone to a lot of bother, so you listen to her there. I mean, you won't jump on her before she starts.
She's too temperamental, that one.
Oh, yeah, very fiery. It comes of having red hair. It's your side, is that, you know?
I haven't got red hair.
I know you haven't. It's your side, though. We've got none of that on mine.
Your mum's making your breakfast.
Don't bother with the grapefruit, Mum. I'll just have tea.
Oh, I haven't got no... Oh, a joke, yeah. I'm making fresh.
What's all this about a job?
Oh, you don't have to worry, Dad. It's very cushy. You won't have to strain yourself.
I said, what is it?
Car park attendant.
Outside.
Well, you don't die of fresh air.
Oh, no, but my circulation's bad. My hands will get cold.
Well, in case of frostbite, ask me Mum nicely and she'll knit you a pair of gloves.
What's that about me?
I said you'll knit me Dad them gloves, you know, with holes in.
I am a very good knitter.
Oh, Mum, on purpose, so he can shove his fingers through while he's punching his car park tickets.
Oh, yeah, car park attendant, eh? It's nice, is that, Stan? You'll have a uniform. Well, at least a sort of special coat. You know, like Albert Tatlock when he did his lollipop.
Like what?
Well, what kind of job did you want, Dad? Flying aeroplanes?
I've had enough of your cheek. I'm still your father.
Yeah, he's right there, love.
Well, now we know, don't we? Now we flipping well know. Marvellous, isn't it? Flipping marvellous. You think that's all I'm fit for, a man in the prime of life?
All right, Dad, go on. You tell me, what are you fit for?
I was on the lorries, wasn't I? Saved enough money to buy this house, put a roof over your flipping head.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, Mum, keep out of it. I know all about me Dad and his million jobs. Who was it what kept up the insurance? Who gave half the wages every week? I know, I used to live here, remember, and I was never out of work.
Neither was I till the crash came. 6 months ago, your mother sold me business on my flipping head.
Yeah, well, I had to, Stan. We owed Ray money.
Window cleaner, self-employed. You can't expect a man to give up that, can you?
And what about my mother? She still goes out charing and she's not getting any younger, you know.
Oh, I've got a good few years yet,
Oh, Mum, whose side are you on?
Your mother knows. She knows to leave me with my self-respect.
Self-respect, living off the welfare.
Self-respect, and don't start turning for jobs for me.
Well, you won't go and get yourself a job, will you?
I'm going down the labour exchange and I'll get my own employment.
Oh, there you are. I knew he would.
Mum, you know very well I got this job as a personal favour. It's a friend of Mr. Howard.
Listen, I take no favours from anybody. Number one, I'm a free man. I don't go capping hand to anybody. And number two, I'm still your father. And I don't take orders from me.
He's very forcible, is your dad, you know. It's one of the things that attracted me to him, his force.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm going to be somewhat tied up today. I wonder if you'd lock up for me.
Oh, yes, I've asked Val to stay on the extra half hour.
Good. You tell her to expect the electrician. It's the hand dryer, isn't it?
Yes, she's expecting to blow up any minute.
Well, I've chased them up. Right. Keys. Front door, back door, the small one's the safe. I'm not very sure what that opens.
Oh, I'll find where it fits.
You'll probably find it's my front door key.
I've done things like that myself. Locked myself out when the toaster's burning inside and I'd...
You know, you shouldn't tell me that sort of thing.
Oh, I'm very good with other people's property. It's just my own.
All yours. Well, I must go. I have to meet Mr. Wiley. Then I'm going down to the garage to treat some of my colleagues to a New Year drink. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'll see you later.
All right?
Rovers, 10 o'clock.
Jack, looking back on the past year,
Oh, have we got to, Annie? Can't we just let it rest in peace?
why do you always accept things the way you do?
Well, it's because I've got no choice.
There must be things you regret, love. Now, looking back
Now,
over the past year...
If you mean that Majorca business, I've never given it a second thought.
No,
No, Annie.
not even when the hail's flying and the snow's deep on the ground.
Oh, well, that's my trouble, love. I've got no poetry on my soul.
Oh, my poetic soul. Or is it oh, my prophetic soul? Oh, my poetic soul. Oh, my prophetic soul.
William Shakespeare the second.
Ah, Mr. Howard, you know the bard.
Just let him order first.
Of course.
Port and lemon from Mrs. Caldwell.
I've been out in the cold feeding the pussies, and Mr. Howard said my nose was blue.
Port and lemon.
Me and Mr. Ogden have got a system. He's very good at it now, finding cats. Well, much better than he was.
Oh, so Stan's been helping you, has he?
Oh, yes, all morning. You know, I think he feels guilty. That time he found Bobby, and it wasn't Bobby after all. Well, not the original Bobby, only he is Bobby now. What with me changing his name and that.
In the snug, Mrs. Caldwell.
Oh, yes, please, Mrs. Walker. And thank you for my treat.
Pleasure. Well, I would have thought Mr. Ogden was working this morning. I seem to remember finding him a job.
Oh, Stan? That'll be the day. You ask her.
We're talking about your father.
Oh, yes, I'm very sorry. Honestly, I didn't want a job in a car park, and I know you made the phone call fixing it up.
Well,
and
I'll
that.
simply make another. But next time, would you consult your father? It might save some embarrassment all round.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He just seems to have got proud all of a sudden. Anyway, he's been down to the labour chasing him up for himself.
He hasn't been down to the labour, and he hasn't been chasing any jobs. The only thing he's chased today has been a cat.
That's right, with Mrs. Colwell.
Just wait while I get my hands on him.
Try the flying horse.
Yes, I will and all.
What was that I overheard? Try the flying horse. That's hardly the way to talk to our customers.
Oh, I say it to everybody these days, didn't you know? All right, coming, lad.
Ah, Mr. Howard, we can resume where we left off when we were so rudely interrupted.
Were we?
Well, distracted. But you see, Mr. Walker has very little ear for poetry, or for music for that matter. Do you like music? I rather think you do.
Yes.
If music be the food of love, play on.
Same fella.
We should be having some music here tonight, just the pianoforte. You will be seeing the New Year in, I suppose?
Yes, I plan to spend it here.
Oh, good. So much nicer with friends, especially. Good friends.
Yes?
Just a little exchange I had with Mrs. Tanner the other day.
Concerning?
Well, concerning you. She merely confirmed my own opinion that you were just good friends. That phrase has quite a ring to it, don't you think?
It means what it says.
Oh, Mr. Howard.
Look, I'm sorry, but...
Now, words, they need the telling gesture, and sometimes the look belies the word. Now, I'm not asking you to comment. These are early days yet, and spring is the appropriate time of the year.
I swore I shut my door.
Your Bernard gave me his key. He said he must read me his barometer on account of me venturing out in a storm.
Where is he then?
He's fetching it from the clock repair on Stanley Street. I'll run, was the words he used.
Well, that's it, isn't it? He's flat on his face somewhere, isn't he?
Sorting out your wardrobe,
Yeah, I do from time to time.
especially when you've got an appointment.
As usual, Mrs. Sharples, you're very well informed.
Not particularly. I don't know what time he's meeting you for a start.
10 o'clock, and I won't have any excuse to be late, will I?
You want this one to work out for you, don't you?
Oh, Mrs. Sharples, I want the sun to shine, I want the grass to grow, I want people to be happy, I don't want anybody to get sick or...
Or turn sour on you.
Yeah. I do want things to work, just the same as anybody else. Maybe more. 'Cause that's the way I am.
Yes. Right, well, you can tell your Bernard I've given him up. I've business with Minnie Caldwell.
Elsie, it's Irma to see Bernard. She wants to give his Mooney letters back.
Very sorry, love, he's in transit.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'll call back later then.
Well, you're much of a smiler, are you? What's the matter with your face?
She's lost her dad.
Oh, don't worry, love, he'll soon turn up again.
Yeah, I know he will, just like a rotten bad penny. Oh, I'm so sick of him, me man.
Well, if you feel like that, love, why don't you get off home? Go on, catch the next train and go home.
Oh, I don't want to, Elsie. I really don't want to go back to Australia.
Lass with a hey and a ho and a hey nommy no and a hey nommy no that all the green cornfield.
It was a lover and his lass. I wonder who she's got in mind.
Now, don't you start, Mrs. Sharples.
Don't blame folk for speculating, and anyway, it's not all that far-fetched.
Castle's in the air.
I wouldn't say that to a certain party if I were you, and I wouldn't call it castles in the air.
Why not?
Because it might upset her, that's why. And I'm implying nothing. And don't you assume too much, that's all.
Oh, you can talk. I mean, you didn't stop that long in America.
That was very different. At least I hope it was.
You'll have to go back for the baby, Irma.
I know. And I know it wasn't just a long journey. David did that on purpose, you know. He knew that I'd have to go back for the baby. He kept him there, and that's not fair because it's mine and I miss him.
Look, love, go home. Make the effort. Try and put things right. That's my advice to you.
Well, I don't know what I'm talking to you for.
Because you can't talk to your mother, and even if you did, she wouldn't do you much good.
You don't like her, do you?
No, not very much.
She is my mum.
All right. Go to her and ask her if you can stay on a bit longer. She'd be only too delighted, I know that. You should have heard her when she heard you were coming home. Talk about royalty, it wasn't in it.
I better go then. I'm just holding you up, aren't I?
Do you want me to say goodbye to Bernard for you? Puts you off marriage.
Yeah, if you need putting off.
Stan? It's getting late, nearly 7:30.
I'm coming, it's not far, the flying horse.
Yeah, I know, but you're meeting Nan at 5:30.
Ah, well, fair comfort being late, he always is. He hasn't got a nice little wife to get him ready, has he, eh?
Oh, go on. Oh, hey, get her off. No, you're right there, Chuck.
Hey, where's Irma?
Oh, she's not back. She's not been back all afternoon.
Oh, well, maybe it's just as well, eh?
Yeah.
Right, coat.
Yeah. Don't know what you've been doing with it, Chuck. It were covered in hairs.
I must have brushed up against something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, it does look smart. Here, Emma, doesn't your dad look smart?
Where are you going?
Flying horse makes a change.
Are you sure?
I might pop in the Rovers later.
Well, you want to be sure where you're going, Dad. I mean, like this morning when you set off for the labour exchange, you got a bit confused.
Oh, now don't start going on about jobs again. He went down to the labour and there was a queue. He was in it for half an hour. Getting on for 3/4, wasn't it, Chuck?
Oh, near enough. Ah. Well, look, I think I'll push off. I'll pick you up later. Not too early, just before midnight.
Isn't she going with you?
Oh, no, he's meeting Lan. It's an arrangement.
Oh, yes, and so is that bit of paper that says he's joined to you in holy matrimony.
Oh, now, there's more to marriage than that.
Than what?
Going out together. I'm sure your father would agree.
Oh, I'm sure he would, and all my father's got it made.
All right, then, Clever. What do you think marriage is?
Well, I know one thing it's not. It's not going out every night and pleasing yourself and leaving a wife in on her own and telling her a pack of rotten lies.
Emma?
Well, I don't care. He's a dirty, rotten liar, me dad. He's a liar and he's a cheat. Oh!
That's for calling you Dad. And it's no more than what you deserve.
Your mum's right, you know.
Right, well, that's it then.
Emma?
I'm going up the stairs to bed.
Your plane's not till tomorrow.
I
You tell
don't
me to
care, I'm going now.
Where are they all?
Take my advice. Gone to the Flying Horse.
That's a joke. It's in very poor taste.
Well, what do you expect? If you will, try and lay the law down, tell them what they've got to wear, how to carry on. I don't blame them if they do stop away.
That's very nice. So I'm responsible, am
I shouldn't wonder. And now, for goodness sake, take them flowers through.
There's a fellow called Wilfred Tatlow and he's sweeping the roads for lack of a proper
I'm
job.
very sorry, but I don't really see what I can do.
He's a piano tuner and you need him in here.
Right, Jack. Where's the action?
Well, Annie's hoping that you brought it with you, lad. Aren't you, Annie, eh? Annie? Annie, it's Stan Ogden. He counts for two, you know.
Make it a double. Make it a double with the thirst I've got on.
£4 a week she used to give me. £4 every Friday night, plus the insurance. Looks down on us now, though. It's Australia what's done it, you know. I mean, there's many mothers wouldn't have let her go, but not me and Stan. We kept ourselves in the background. Now look what she does.
She's got some very nice cases.
Oh, yeah, well, she's got everything nice out there, you know. She doesn't know what it is to have to try and make ends meet all the time. Always going on about David's job. Still, we have kept ourselves respectable. I mean, we've got our own house.
Mr. Ogden's very kind to me.
Oh, yeah, well, he's very good-natured, you know, in spite of all his faults. He's been a good father to her. Worships her, he does.
Well, I'll be off soon. Ken's phoned me a taxi.
Oh, well, I'll be going now. Well, I hope you'll come back soon, Irma, because your mother misses you, you know.
Okay, Mrs.
Well,
Ta-ra.
ta-ra, and you'll take care of yourself, won't
Yes.
you?
Ta-ra. Do you
Do I what?
miss me?
Oh, well, of course I do, Chuck. Me and your dad.
You've got a funny way of showing it.
Yeah, well, it works both ways, you know. I mean, your dad's got a lot to put up with living with me. He's never looked at another woman, well, not serious. All the same, I'm sorry I hit you.
I'm sorry, no.
Well, you're not sorry you come, though, are you, Chuck? I mean, we want you to come again, you know, you and David and the baby.
There's a taxi, ma'am. I'll have to go.
Yeah, but what about your dad? He's in
I
the
don't
road.
know. You'll have to say ta-ra for me, you know, and Happy New Year. Oh, ma'am.
Sure.
Ta-ra. Don't let anybody get you down, will you?
No.
I love you.
Now what's keeping you?
I was just observing Mrs. Tanner. She does look well tonight.
Does she?
Come on, it's only 10 o'clock. Let's get where the action is.
Same again, sir?
What? sorry.
You want another drink?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Doesn't seem to bother you now.
The 10-shilling piece? No, I've had no stranger-looking coins than that.
Yes, you sound as if you're a long way from home.
Far as you can get. Sydney.
Big place.
Over 2.5 million. Big place, all right.
Not big enough for you?
No, it's not that. I wanted to travel. I've got around quite a bit in the last 3 years.
Does that make you restless, trying to move around all the time?
Well, if I like a place, I stay. I settled in southern Rhodesia for a year. 6 months in Germany. Same in Gibraltar. I value the freedom.
You must be very independent.
Well, that kind of a life makes you independent.
Do you think that's a good thing?
It suits me, sir.
Tell me, in all these parts of the world, the bars aren't any different. The decor's the same, the drinks are the same, no?
The occupants are much the same.
You run into fellows like me propping up the bar for the want of, well, for the want of something or other.
Not always for the want of somewhere else to go.
Meaning?
Well, a good number of people are running away, sir. For work, a wife, girlfriend, and they end up with me. I've been a substitute for a good many people.
Does that bother you?
Well, I should think I'm like you. Sometimes I feel like talking, sometimes I don't. If a guy wants to avoid an issue, it's up to him.
It's not always as simple as that, is it?
We're just coming for you. He's going to escort, you know. Escort the Ogden women.
She's gone, Stan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she'll be on the train by now.
But I was... She's gone.
Yeah, she said to say goodbye to you. Whack, my legs feel all funny after it.
Oh, well, come and sit down, Chuck. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say.
No.
Oh, look, about the labour exchange this morning. I was helping Minnie Cull with her cats.
Oh, yeah. That accounts for the hairs on your coat.
Aren't you mad?
What's the use, Stan? What's the use?
It's coming up, everybody. Only a couple of minutes to go.
Come along, everybody, into the select. All join.
Elsie.
You joining in? I've got glasses to fill. What's your excuse? Happy New Year, sir.
Should all acquaintance be forgot for the sake of old lang syne? For all lang syne, for all lang syne, we'll take
Come on, love. Can't sit here. It's New Year's Eve. Come on. Come on with your Auntie Ina.